current and clued in. Live and local, this is Ktab for you.
Good afternoon. You're watching Ktab for you, and we have got a great show for you here. And here's a look at what we've been working on, how you can find unique creations from local artists at a special flea market this weekend. West Texas Rehab Center is going to tell us about Nutrition Month and how a registered dietitian can help you get healthy. And we'll learn about a new play opening this month at the Crawford Theater in Cisco. All that's still to come, but first here's a look at what's going on in the news today. A district judge has determined that the man charged with last year's murder of his former mother-in-law is not competent to stand trial. District Judge James Edson determined that 50-year-old Gary Shane Clinton is incompetent to stand trial for the murder. He'll be reevaluated to determine his competency in a few weeks. Clinton is charged with the murder for the slaying of 75-year-old Erlinda Rushing. Lynn Rushing was well known in Abilene. She and her husband owned and operated a clothing store for many years. She was the mother of a woman who'd been married and divorced from Gary Clinton. Well, Rushing's husband found her body in their home on Pinehurst. That's in the Fairway Oaks neighborhood. That was August 31st of last year. The judge denied a defense motion to reduce Clinton's bond. Law enforcement officers Thursday arrested a man who'd been convicted of child pornography charges and serving probation. The officers arrested 27-year-old Ryder Altman on new charges of distribution of child pornography. Altman was already on probation for a child pornography conviction from 2017. He's in the Taylor County Jail on enhanced charges. A magistrate set his bond at $100,000. Well, Abilene police still looking for the suspect in a North Abilene shooting incident. Witnesses reported that they heard several gunshots Thursday afternoon near the corner of North 8th and Forest Streets. A 17-year-old teenager suffered a gunshot wound to the head. Police say his injury isn't life-threatening. He was treated at a local hospital. Police are working to determine who's responsible. Now, the person who fired those shots could be charged with aggravated assault. Well, it is one of the leading causes of death among children every year. Drowning kills nearly 1,000 children. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics has new recommendations on water safety to try to prevent these tragedies. Tom Hansen has more.
3-year-old Ava Allen Castry takes lessons at Goldfish Swim School each week.
I really wanted them to just have a basic knowledge of what to do. God forbid they ever fell in. Kids
ages 1 to 4 are at the highest risk for drowning, and many deaths happen when children have unexpected access to water. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics is putting the spotlight on prevention.
When a child is in and around water, we need constant attentive supervision. Touch supervision, which means they are within an arm's length of that child when they're in the water. When kids are not expected to be in the water, that's when we need those barriers. So that's the 4-sided isolation fencing that separates the pool from the rest of the house and the yard.
The AAP stresses all children should learn to swim, and children and teens should wear life jackets when near bodies of water.
Studies show starting swim lessons around age 1 can reduce a child's risk of drowning. Experts say the lessons need to teach children basic water skills as well as water safety.
Floating, grasping the wall, climbing in and out of the water, turning back to the wall. A lot of times children end up falling into the water and they look to the farthest point, and if they just turned around, they'd be better off.
What's your favorite thing about coming to swim class?
Kicking.
After a year of swim lessons, 3-year-old Shane Goodrich's dad says he's made a lot of progress.
He's comfortable in the water, which is important. Be able to get from one place to the other a little bit, he's now doing.
The new report also emphasizes that swimming is a family activity, so parents also need to know how to swim. Tom Hansen, CBS News, Garden City, New York.
And teenagers are the second age group at highest risk of drowning because they can be overconfident in their swimming abilities, and sometimes alcohol can be involved. Well, a new study suggests that you might want to pass on that 3-egg omelet for breakfast. Researchers from Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine followed nearly 30,000 adults over 3 decades. They found that those who eat 3 or 4 eggs a day have a higher risk of heart disease and early death compared to those who eat fewer eggs. Researchers say 1 large egg has 186 milligrams of dietary cholesterol in the yolk. Now, the study found that eating 300 milligrams of that dietary cholesterol per day was associated with 17% higher risk of incident cardiovascular disease and 18% higher risk of death. Researchers say the findings should be critical when it comes to developing and modifying dietary guidelines. Well, it is that time of the year again when the weather gets warmer. We start opening windows up and surveying our homes for what needs to be done. In today's Health Minute, Meredith Wood talks about staying healthy while cleaning.
Oh my goodness, let's get started.
Get your mops and brooms out and get ready to do some spring cleaning. As you prepare to wipe down your house from top to bottom, there are some things to keep in mind when it comes to cleaning products. First, check the labels. The American Lung Association suggests choosing products that have no or low amounts of things called VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Many cleaning products, such as aerosol sprays and chlorine bleach, release these dangerous chemicals. These gases can irritate your eyes, nose, and throat, make you nauseous, and can even damage your central nervous system. Also, make sure the room or space you are cleaning is ventilated. This will help diffuse the noxious airborne chemicals. If you're using harsher cleaners like bleach, wear gloves or other protective clothing to avoid contact with your skin. For those who want to stay away from chemicals altogether, natural cleaners like soap and warm water can do the trick. Baking soda works when you need some scrubbing action, and a mixture of vinegar and water can be used to clean glass. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
Thanks, Meredith. Still to come on Ktab for you, Art Crush is hosting a punk rock and bohemian flea market this weekend. We'll learn what you can find there, and later we'll learn about a play opening this month at Cisco College in Cisco. Current and clued in, live and local. You're watching Ktab for you. About the artist, I believe that is your mic check.
Ma'am, can you say your name and count to 5 for me, please?
Okay. Casey LaRue Chavez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is Ktab for you.
Well, tomorrow you can support local artists and find some great creations to bring home at Art Crush's Spring Bazaar. And here with us now, Casey LaRue Chavez. Thank you so much for joining us today, Casey. I'm glad you're here. So, Bazaar, who are all the artists that are going to be taking part in the Bazaar?
There's so many. We've got over like 40 vendors, so that's a ton of artists. We have jewelry makers, oddities. We have, we have some, I think a sculptor even, and face painting, just all kinds of great stuff.
So huge variety.
Yes.
Huge variety of artists and styles.
Yes.
And works. Awesome. So it's not just going to be art. There's going to be a few other things there as well. I know some food, some music, right?
Yes. We've got the debut of the Cruisin' Cafe food trucks coming out, and they're going to have breakfast even in the morning, and then lunch during the rest of the day. And then we're going to have I think 4 live musicians coming in. From 11 to 1, we'll have Stephen Ford. And then from 1 to 2, we'll have Jonathan Hester. And then we'll have Danny James after that. And then Jess Goodlet. So we've got tons of great music. So I hope everybody comes out and eats some food, shop, get some good stuff going on.
So you mentioned breakfast, so I imagine
Yes.
that means that you can probably be there pretty early, but when are we able to stop by?
It's from 9 to 5, so all day fun.
Perfect,
So.
all day fun. Well, that is fantastic. Now, if you'd like to come out for this event, it's going to be at Art Crush. Their address is at 1969 Industrial. That's tomorrow, March 16th, from 9 to 5. And for more info, you can call 280-7937, or you can search for Art Crush on Facebook. Still to come on Ktab for You, we'll talk with a registered dietitian from the West Texas Rehab Center about Nutrition Month and how you can eat for your health. Current and clued in, live and local, you are watching Ktab for You.
Is and
More or
stuff
less.
like that. Okay.
So here are the questions that we've got in there.
Okay.
Oh, actually, let's have you do your mic check.
5, 1. Oh, Emily Caribbean. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is Ktab for You.
Well, March is Nutrition Month, and the West Texas Rehab Center's registered dietitian can help you learn the best way to fill your dietary needs for your health. Here with us now is Emily Caribbean. Emily, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
So, what exactly does a registered dietitian actually do?
Well, a registered dietitian, when I tell people that I'm a registered dietitian, they usually just think that we work with gaining or losing weight, but we do a whole lot of other things. We basically help assess and treat or prevent malnutrition, and that could either mean overnutrition, undernutrition, related to how you eat, or any illnesses and stuff like that.
So what are some of the ways that you actually go about your job of helping somebody find out what they need to do?
Well, first, and every patient that I've had hears this in their first session. First, we'll go over a medical history, because it's very important for me to know like what medications they're taking, what their past medical history is and stuff like that. And then we go over diet history, because I can't make recommendations unless I know what you're eating. And then that's when I start letting them know like, okay, here's what I suggest. And then we kind of develop some goals and a plan of care and stuff like that. And it's very similar whether you're working with an inpatient or outpatient dietitian. Very similar stuff happens.
Now, as we were just saying, it is Nutrition Month. So what are some of the tips, tricks, little things to keep in mind throughout this month and maybe beyond?
I know eatright.org is a awesome resource as far as nutrition goes, and they have they highlight special articles and stuff like that every Nutrition Month. This is actually my first Nutrition Month at the rehab center, so we didn't have anything this year, but I did want to ask the audience if they could go on our social media or our website and share suggestions that they would like us to do next year, and that way we can actually help the community that way.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
We need your help. So if I want to get healthy, do I need a doctor's referral or can I just walk in and see you?
For me personally, you would need a physician referral, and that just helps with insurance and stuff like that.
Perfect. Alrighty, so there we are. It's the perfect month to get healthy. Well, if you would like to contact the West Texas Rehab Center, they are located at 4601 Hartford Street, and you can call them at 793-3504, or you can visit their website. That's westtexasrehab.org. Well, still to come on Ktab for you, we'll tell you about a new play opening later this month. That's at Cisco College's Crawford Theater. Current and clued in, live and local. You're watching Ktab for you.
Yes, Hope Hargrove, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is Ktab for you.
Well, this month, Cisco College presents the prize-winning love story, First Kisses, at the Crawford Theater in Cisco. And here to tell us more is Hope Hargrove. Hope, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So let's talk, without giving too much away, some broad strokes here. What can you tell us about the plot?
Okay, so the show is technically only 2 characters. So it's a man and a female. They meet when they're 11 years old, and then they come back to the same places over and over again. It goes from each scene as a different age group, starts at 11, goes to 72. So you get to see them in their life together.
So you say it's technically 2 characters, but they're aging. So how big is the cast that we're talking
So we have a couple of different people. We have 3 girls and 3 guys in the show, and it's pretty amazing. We have a few people playing together, and then we have them switching around, and it's more of a representation of their story rather than just the 2 people themselves. So it could be anybody at any time.
So has this been kind of a long process of working to get this ready?
Yes, so I've been working this whole semester on getting people from the community along with people on campus to do this show with me. We've been rehearsing. We have 2 weeks left, so we open 2 weeks from today. And we're getting ready to make something happen for the community.
It's coming up quick.
Yes.
So what age range would you recommend for?
So it's again, they start at 11, they go to 72. So really anybody that wants to be there can come. It's all ages, family-friendly show. I think the younger they are, they may not understand the love that happens between the two characters as things move forward. So I would say probably middle school and up.
But for the most part, fun for all ages.
Yeah.
And as for the theater itself, tell us about that.
So the Crawford Theater was built not too long ago. It is across the campus from the main part of the Cisco campus in Cisco. And it's a really, really awesome building. It's technically a black box. We can move everything around if we would like to. We built the stage, we built all the seating. It's just a really cool, awesome building that people should come check out.
Well, definitely sounds exciting. Well, if you would like to come to visit and see this show, it is going to be at Cisco College's Crawford Theater. Now, that's located at 710 North Highway 6. That is across the campus in Cisco. The show runs from March 29th and 30th at 7:30. There is going to be a matinee as well. That's on March 31st at 2 p.m. Tickets are $5, and if you'd like more information, you can call 254-442-5019 or go to crawford.tix.com. Well, still to come on Ktab for you, a music trio dating back over 60 years finally gets their spot on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Current include in live and local. You're watching Ktab for you.
I told you people I didn't want any presents, just
a few kind words.
A gift is on the way for fans.
On Wall Street Thursday, stocks
This is Ktab for you.
A famous TV family will be going to the big screen, and publicists have found some interesting ways to get attention for a new superhero movie. David Daniel has all our entertainment headlines in Hollywood Minute.
I told you people I didn't want any presents,
Just a few kind words.
A gift is on the way for fans of The Sopranos. Warner Brothers has announced that a big screen prequel to the award-winning HBO series will open September 25th, 2020. The current working title for the drama, set in 1960s New Jersey, is Newark. Musician and activist Tom Morello is doing both these days. The ACLU has named him an official ambassador of its Campaign for Smart Justice, a nationwide effort to reduce the prison population and racism in the criminal justice system. Musically, Morello is launching a tour March 29th in support of his new album, The Atlas Underground.
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged.
Big screen superheroes are everywhere in the Chinese trailer for Shazam, including a boy playing with Batman and Superman dolls and a not-so-subtle reference to Aquaman.
I can't talk to fish. What can we do with that that's cool?
Maybe command an army of billions in the ocean?
Oh, yeah.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Definitely looks like fun. Well, investors are expressing concerns about Boeing, and Butterball Turkey has ordered a big recall because of some concerns about their turkey. Diane King Hall has this afternoon's Money Watch report.
On Wall Street Thursday, stocks spent much of the day rotating between small gains and losses. In the end, they finished mixed. The Dow rose 7 points, the Nasdaq fell 12, and the S&P 500 lost 2. Shares of Boeing fell another 1% after the U.S. joined other nations in grounding its 737 MAX planes over safety concerns following the Ethiopia and Indonesia crashes. Meanwhile, Uber may be driving onto Wall Street next month with the early stages of an initial public offering. The ride-hailing company reportedly plans to launch its public offering soon after smaller rival Lyft, which is expected to go public late this month. And Butterball is voluntarily recalling more than 78,000 pounds of raw ground turkey products across the country. Health officials in Wisconsin are investigating 4 cases of the same strain of salmonella believed to be linked to the recalled products. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
All right, Diane, thank you. Well, today is World Sleep Day, and the day is meant to highlight the importance of healthy sleep. Now, the World Sleep Society reports that too many people don't get enough sleep, and they don't sleep well when they are in bed. The experts estimate that as many as 45% of adults have to deal with insomnia. They estimate that insomnia costs the U.S. economy as much as $107 billion every year. Now, that's from lost productivity or work errors from fatigue. It's also a dangerous condition for drivers. Well, what does it take to get into more than 3 dozen colleges? Well, you know what happens when you give a moose a muffin, but what happens if the moose wants a book? Steve Nannis has the video that will have you talking in today's Take a Look at This.
Not everyone these days has to have millions of dollars in bribes to get into college.
Howard, Hampton, University of Tampa.
For Georgia high school senior Jordan Nixon, she's being offered the big money to go to college.
Alabama State University, Johnson & Wales, Wofford.
A whopping 39 colleges want Nixon and have offered her $1.6 million in financial aid. She credits just good old hard work.
It starts on the first day of high school. Focus on your classwork, your tests, your homework, your essays, your grades, and it can happen that way.
And Jordan's not the only one taking her education seriously. A library in Silverthorne, Colorado had to temporarily close because of its newest member Wednesday. A moose decided to take a snooze outside the library, presumably hoping to be the first inside when it opened.
When I came in this morning, actually, I came into a crowd, a small crowd that had gathered outside in the parking lot because no one had approached the building yet.
The library says the moose is still hanging around, and it has started a naming campaign. Currently in the lead, Muffin.
When he's finished eating the muffin, he'll want another, and another, and another. When they're all gone, he'll ask you to make more.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Steve Nannis.
Well, I knew the mouse and the cookie story better, but anyway, before we leave you, Alvin and the Chipmunks got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame just yesterday, and they were first introduced to the public back in 1958 with a novelty record called The Chipmunks Song, That's Christmas, Don't Be Late. That sold 4.5 million copies in 7 weeks, and since then, they've gone on to make platinum-selling albums, primetime TV specials, a TV series, 4 motion pictures, and a star finally dedicated in the category of television for them. And theirs is the 2,657th star on the iconic sidewalk. Thanks for tuning in for Ktab 4U. You can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter at Ktab 4U. Jeopardy is up next. Join us in a half hour with Ktab News at 5 with Sam and Brittany.